Hello everyone. Today I wanted to show you how you can make some interesting sequences with LFOs. So the first thing we want to do is just go to an empty preset. And I'm just gonna make a slightly more interesting sound to listen to quickly. So with double clicking shift, we can change the octaves here and the tune. So we got a slightly detuned saw now. Let's add the compressor, some reverb and some slight delay. And I'm just gonna change the reverb type to lead sound, plug lead, that should be fine. Increase it a little bit. Slide some resonance. For this trick we don't want any envelope happening on the filter. I'm just gonna lower it a little bit here. Let's see how that sounds. That's good enough for what we're gonna do anyway. So what you basically want to do in the modwave, you can do this by going to pitch button here, and on the screen here you have transpose and you have octave, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna change those two using the LFOs options we have here. So let's change the octave, and we can modify that in the matrix by going to mod shift here, and then we press enter, which means we selected whatever we had selected basically. So since I was on the pitch octave, that's what we get here, and we're gonna modify that using the LFO here. We press enter, and we want to change it by 1 octave. So let's see what happens now. As you can hear, the octave is changing really fast. Oh, and one thing I'm also gonna add here is I'm gonna add the int mod, which means I can turn it off with one of these knobs here. So I'm gonna change that to mod knob 1. So now if I turn it to the right, it shouldn't change. We can still hear the delay. And if I turn it to the right, you can hear it's going on. And right now we have a saw here selected. I'm gonna change that to a square, so you get some nice more sequenced like sound. Let's turn it on. So you can hear it turn up a whole octave now and down instead of shifting. And I'm gonna change the frequency rate here. And a trick I like to do if you use multiple LFOs to do this is to keep it at a range of 500, 1000, 2000 and 4000. That way you can multiply by 2 and you get the next one, and we will be able to do some nice tricks with that later. So let's make this first one slow. Let's make it 500 here. So that's our first LFO we have now. Of course, on the modwave here you also have the pitch option. So let's use that one as well. And we can change the intensity here with this knob. But instead I'm gonna use, let's put it back to 0. And I'm gonna make a mod matrix for this as well. So add a new one. We want to change the intensity here, and we will do that with the third knob here. And let's make that 12. So now when we open up this one, we will get pitch bends going on, glides going on, because it's set to saw at the moment. And we can modify the amount with this one. Also, I'm just quickly gonna change it so all the macros can't go below 0, so they're only into the positive now. So let's see what happens. And now we can open up this one. So as you can hear, it's gliding. So what we want to do is here we will change the shape again. So you can use the square if you want. So now it will only go up with a whole octave, because I set a range of 12. But if you use the step here, you will get some more interesting variations in that as well. So we have a nice sequence going already, but we can make it even more interesting if we want. So I'm gonna slow this a little bit. So let's say it's at 1000. And it's easier to make it exactly 1000 with the top knob here, because it doesn't make the huge jumps like you get here. And now let's add another LFO for the octave again. So we go to pitch and we have the octave here selected. And we add it to octave. And we edit that with the second LFO. We make it 1 octave again. And here on the int mod we will select the second knob, so we can change that. So let's do that. Second knob. And this LFO, we will also make it a square again. And for the speed, on the first one we had a speed of 500, so let's make this one 1000, so they have different speeds. And let's hear how that sounds like if we have this one off. So now we only have the first LFO on. And when we open up the second one, you get a more evolving sequence. And we can turn off the first one. And now for some nice fast action, let's add one more LFO. On the modwave you actually have 5 LFOs if you want. But let's not use the filter for now. So the last one, I'm gonna use the amp filter here, LFO here. So, and I'm gonna use the transpose here instead of the octave. So in the pitch we now have transpose selected here. And let's add that. And we will select the amp LFO. And let's make that a range of 12, and we will modify that with the 4th knob, since that's the last one we haven't used yet. And let's make it a square again, and this one we will make fast, so let's make it at 4000 speed. And we need to open up the and the delay really helps a lot as well with the LFOs if I turn that off. you will hear that the sound is a lot less interesting. Basically, it makes the LFO go over each other. Now, another interesting trick that I like to do is to change the speeds of the LFOs, the frequency speed here. So let's make a mod for that as well. And let's use the mod wheel for that. And because we had the multipliers, the 500,000, 2,000 and 4,000, basically they will always be at the correct speed if you fully open it up or fully close it down. So they will always be in line with each other. So let's increase the speed of this one by, let's say, times 4. So it was 500, and you can do that times 4. And now the other LFO here, we will make this one slower, for example. So let's do that. We select the speed again, mod wheel. And this one we will divide by 2. So now when I open up the mod wheel, we will change the speed of the LFOs, which will completely make them evolve different as well, because all of these are changing the pitch and the tune, transposing. So they will transpose from a different value, and if the speed is different, they will radically change the sequence as well. Let's start with turning them all off. So let's do one LFO. So I have both these selected, open now. So as you can hear, just with these two LFOs and opening up the mod wheel, you can quite drastically change it already. I hope this video will help you out, and see you next time.